Ed Campbell, president of Rose Paving Company. I met Bob Prosen through Vistage, which is an organization of CEOs and presidents, and loved his presentation and hired him to be a consultant for Rose Paving for 2014 and beyond. So we brought Bob in for accountability, also to help with budgets, and to set realistic goals monthly, then quarterly, then for the year, and hold everybody accountable through his MORP process. We have a dashboard for MORP, and it is a red and green scorecard, and it is monthly. We meet about the 15th of the month after the books have been closed, and review each of our strategic business units to see if they are in red or green. Bob's role in all of these MORP meetings, he dives in 100%, rolls his sleeves up, is a no-nonsense guy. How are we going to get there? What's our plan? How are we going to execute our plan? And then what are we going to do to keep our plan rolling? He is different than other consultants is that he knows your business. He understands your business. He looks into your business. He questions the right things about your business. And then he sets us up for success in the future. Not a quick Band-Aid. In 2013, we struggled, and that's why we brought Bob in. We struggled not only with budgeting, but our plan and accountability. And it was about a 180-degree turn from a profitable business to a very profitable business. We have strategic business units in Los Angeles, Denver, Atlanta, and then northern Chicago, and it was 100% worth it to bring everybody in. Huge investment, flying time, 30 people up in a room, and our strategic retreat, all is based around MORP. Well, I'd say our return on our investment, I'm not going to tell you what I paid for Bob, but I would tell you without MORP we wouldn't be successful today. So I would recommend Bob to anybody, but specifically to companies that are having accountability problems, and to set up a dashboard so that the results-orientated business. I recommend him 100%.
After hiring Bob, we certainly got our numbers dialed in. Our management team and all our sales leaders learned how to manage by the numbers. And we had monthly meetings where he was able to address all the different facets of our business, and systematically he made it to where it was simply understanding his methods of red and green. We looked at the entire company, we undressed the company, we looked at all the different departments. Our sales in 2013 was less than stellar. The economy, of course, got better in 2014, but that wasn't the reason why we hit a home run in 2014 with our sales. It was certainly the MORP process and all of the leadership and the mid-level management people that endorsed and really embraced MORP. We became so much more successful to where we made our budget numbers for 2014, and bonuses were paid out again as they weren't in 13, and we have a much better culture here at Rose Paving due to the MORP process. I've been using consultants, I think, for about 20 years now. When I hired Bob, he was my 5th generation, what I want to call coach, and he brought a level of sophistication that we never had here at Rose Paving. A lot of people are concerned when they bring a consultant in that they're going to upset the apple cart. He immediately got the president, myself, our CFO, our operations leaders involved, got us to buy into the MORP process, and that's a lot of reason why we were successful and hit our budget in 2014. So the investment that we made in the Prosen Center was definitely well worth it. We more than got our money's worth, and the profits for 2014 certainly more than doubled. And he did roll his sleeves up to do what it took to make it happen. And I would recommend Bob to anybody that wants to improve their business.
My name's Jim Muckerheide. I am the Chief Financial Officer at Rose Paving Company in Bridgeview, Illinois. So in the year that we've been working with Bob, we've covered a lot of ground, including strategic planning, as well as a number of great reporting tools that he's brought to the table for us. One is MORP, which he calls, well, we call MORP. It's Management Operation Review Process. That's been a tremendous help in us staying focused on our goals and continuing to strive to reach them. It's been a great tool to put what could be a complicated financial situation. Rose Paving has about 12 divisions, and we use that tool in order to boil them all down and give concise data for the managers of those divisions to see where they need to work harder or strengthen the results and where they need to focus their efforts. One of the tremendous tools he brought to the table was what he calls a profit deviation report. That's a graphical display of all of our divisions and the financial results by month and year, all broken down into graphs that go red and green and carry it out to each division. And we've used that as a tool in our monthly strategic meetings where the general managers can speak to all the items in red. Tremendous help in getting the managers to focus in on the areas that need their attention. Found that to be a great tool. A little embarrassed I didn't think of it, frankly. Very hands-on in the beginning, and then as the company grew and understood the process better, has stepped away and really let the company take it on and then make it its own. Yeah, I've worked with a lot of consultants. I think one of the big differences that Bob's has is that he actually comes in with an idea, but is willing to tweak that idea and really make it fit to the company. It's not a cookie cutter type style. I think one of Bob's great strengths is his real life experience. He was ready for some of the objections and had already a plan in place to get people over that objection and really help them realize how it's going to help them, not hurt them. So obviously when you hire a Bob Prosen, you need to make a commitment as an organization to really commit to what you're actually undertaking. And we're talking about reporting systems, we're talking about accountability, we're talking about monthly meetings, we're talking about bringing Bob in and having him speak to the group and really getting that buy-in and building that team around the reportable measures. For us, that's that MORP. Was it a good payoff? All I could say to that is, the company struggled last year, and I would tell you, a year into this, everybody is focused on the results, and we've seen significant growth in our results from operations, from sales, from really every organization in the organization has exceeded some of their goals. And I would tell you, from my perspective, there was a pretty decent ROI on it because it got us back to the winning ways at Rose Paving. I would definitely recommend Bob Prosen to other companies. As I mentioned, it certainly got us back to focused on our winning ways.
I was so glad to bring Bob in because he really got everybody on the same team going in the same direction. So with Bob's experience, once I got to meet him, I felt very comfortable with what he was going to do to run and help this MORP process and steer the ship in the right direction.